Welcome back, everyone, to the Casual Talk Podcast. I'm your boy Chuck the Rock. I'm here with my boy Imanol, Preseason Mastermind Hoops. You good, bro? You good?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. You?
Very good, very good. It's been a
Football's
while, guys.
back, baby.
It's been a while
Been a
since
while.
last week Wednesday, around there.
Yeah.
But we're back. We're gonna get on a regular schedule sooner or later, but stick with us, guys. And we're gonna start off this pod with just breaking news like 12 minutes ago. The NBA Christmas Day schedule got released. And I gotta say, my boy, he ain't happy about one team that's not in this.
I mean, we were never in it. I think a big reason for it was because the Dolphins play that same day. And Miami is a football city first, regardless of what people think it is. And the NBA doesn't want to compete with that.
Bro, do you know how crazy that would be if the Dolphins played and then the Heat played at night? Dude, Miami would be rocking.
Well, I don't think the Heat will ever play at night because of Miami. And you're going to have games in the West Coast.
That's true. But, so we got Bucks at Celtics. Understand that.
That's going to be a good game for sure.
76ers at the Knicks, which, in my opinion, how the hell did the Knicks get a Christmas Day game?
Look, I'm tired of the New York media. First and foremost, if you're going to have a New York team play basketball on Christmas, you could have Brooklyn.
I mean, from the looking of it, Kyrie and Katie are staying.
Exactly. You could easily play Brooklyn. And if not, they're going to get massive overhauls for those teams, for those players anyways.
But like, 76ers expected. I mean, they got Harden and Embiid, and they made some great moves this offseason, adding PJ Tucker.
76ers deserve to be there, of course. I'm not complaining about the 76ers. It's the fact that the Knicks are always getting a primetime game for no reason, other than the fact that they're the Knicks. They sell nothing on a basketball aspect. They're not a good team to watch, not a fun team to watch. Maybe they were the bubble year, but that's about not the bubble year.
The year after that.
The year after the COVID year. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you for correcting me. But for the most part, they're not a fun brand of basketball to watch anymore. There's nothing serious about this team, and their ceiling is potentially an 8th seed.
And I'd like to say this too. I don't know if you saw this, but like, it was Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, and I think RJ Barrett. They played in a pro-am game, and they lost. I
mean, I think Jalen Brunson's a decent player. Julius Randle has moments of being a great player, and I think RJ Barrett is the best player on the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily a bad big three if you want to be a middle-of-the-pack team.
Yeah, no.
But it's not a three that's going to get you a championship or compete for a title or be on the top 4 seed in the NBA, because it's just not going to be a team that does that unless you have the best role players in the NBA, which you don't. You simply don't.
Yep. And then we got the Suns at the Nuggets, which I agree about the Suns and the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets are going to be a surprise team this year just because
It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. They should be a contender with the team they have. The problem is it's just been injured.
Yeah, I mean, they got Jamal Murray and MPJ back.
If Jamal Murray can ball like he played in the bubble, that team is beautiful. Although I'll say this about the NBA. There are so many storylines they could have done had the Suns and the Mavericks met in the Christmas Day. I think they should do that more because they have Grizzlies and Warriors, for example.
Yep.
Sorry, we're jumping a bit ahead. And obviously the playoffs play a big role into that one.
Mm-hmm.
I think a Suns Mavericks would have worked in the Christmas so much better.
Where do you want the game at? That's the real question.
It's got to be Dallas. They won. It's got to be Dallas.
Yep. And then we got Lakers at Mavericks, which is expected. I mean, I don't know how you don't have LeBron and Anthony Davis not in a Christmas Day game.
All right. Before we do that, is Anthony Davis going to be healthy for this game?
Bro, from what I have seen this offseason and what I expect, that AD's got so much pressure on his shoulders, like how when he got to LA, he played majority of the games.
It's not about is he going to play good or not. Is he going to be healthy? Because his injury history is not good. His
He's going to be healthy.
It is not good.
And that's why I've been referring back to his first year in LA, because he had so much pressure on his shoulders that he played through the injuries. I don't think he's going to be sitting out as much this year with these little knickknacks, even though his past injuries haven't been knickknacks. They've been like not serious injuries, but like injuries that you can't play through.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Lakers Twitter has me dying with stuff like a day-to-day.
Oh god, no, that's
AD stands for always damage. Like, have me dying.
Or a Charles Barkley street clothes.
Speaking of Anthony Davis, did you see that Bleacher Report trade that was like suggested? It was like the Heat trade Lowry, Strus, and Hero for just AD. Like, I don't know why the Lakers would accept that at all.
No. It's
There's
like
just
going it's like going back to like we'll trade you Anthony Davis, Westbrook, and like I think a pick or two for Kyrie and KD.
like there's just no reason why the Lakers would accept that trade.
I mean, I'll take the Nets trade. I'll take
No,
KD
yeah, of
and
course.
Kyrie for AD
It's
and
KD and
Westbrook.
Kyrie.
And then so like I understand that. You got LeBron, you got AD, you're going up against Luka.
I ain't gonna lie. I think a better team here would have been Lakers Clippers.
Dude, I totally agree. But
I
like,
think I heard they're gonna do that for opening night or very early in the season or something like that.
it's
which
Lakers
understandable.
Warriors ring ceremony in Golden
Yeah,
State.
that's the one. And then the next game for the Lakers would be the Clippers.
Yep.
That's
October 20th.
Yeah. So I get why you're doing that, but I think you could have saved that game for Christmas.
Agreed. And then we
I
got
think that sadly knocks out the Nuggets, which I do think they deserve a primetime game more than I said the Lakers to the Clippers.
okay. Or you could do like Mavs, Knicks, and then knock the Knicks out. But like that's us coming from fan
Oh yeah,
standpoint.
oh
We
yeah.
don't-
You know what? A Sixers Nuggets would also sell because you'd have the two best big men in basketball play each other.
that'd be really good too.
Yeah, you're probably right there.
And then we need this matchup. I think this matchup was expected to come up. Grizzlies Warriors.
The crazy thing about that is that the series could have massively gone the other way if you really think about it. Because game one, the Warriors won because John Morant missed a layup.
And then he got hurt.
No, I'm saying game one that happened. Game two obviously was the Grizzlies winning. Obviously, these are all hypotheticals because what happened at the end of the day. The Warriors won the series. Warriors won the chip.
Mhm.
Game three was, I think, the Warriors to win. Game three, the Warriors played the better game. Game four is when Ja got hurt.
Yep.
And that game, they lost very marginally because Dylan Brooks was breaking everything. And I feel like if John Morant was out there playing, he wouldn't break as much. And then game five was a blowout. Game five was a
True.
blowout.
Yeah,
So that series could have gone the other way entirely. And that's what people fail to realize.
I agree.
A couple more things. So it's a very close game, though. Do you think the Grizzlies take a step back this year?
I don't know. I mean, I think so. I think last year was their like 1 year wonder of being a decent team at a high seeding. I think they fall down to like 4 or 5 this year, and then they develop and they get better, and then they take that next step up.
Yeah, I don't think they're necessarily a 1 year wonder, but I do think they could take a step back this year just because teams are gonna know how they play now. I do think they need someone around John Morant to take the leap.
Yep.
Whether it's JJJ or Desmond Bain is to be
Mhm.
seen. I do think another year Dylan Brooks does help defensively the team because the team does need some help defensively.
I think
But-
the Grizzlies remind me of like the Celtics when they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals in like 2018, and then they fell, and then that next year then they went back up again. So that's what this Grizzlies team is going to remind me of. I
It
think
could be. I think the team is a couple leaps. It needs a couple leaps.
they're missing that next player.
Yeah, they're missing that extra piece. Yes, that's the best way to put it out there. Also, the West is kind of stacked next year with teams coming back healthy. Nuggets being one of them, Clippers being one of
Yeah.
them.
The Lakers.
We'll see what the Lakers can be this year because you can never really count LeBron out.
My boy.
Yeah.
Who knows? Kyrie might be a Laker.
Who knows? Kyrie could be a Grizzly. Who knows?
I don't think so.
That's not gonna happen.
I can see KD being a Grizzly,
That would be KD and Ja would be an interesting duo.
but like I brought this up to you like a while ago. KD to New Orleans, and then they should
Another team that could take a leap next year.
and then they should flip the Pelicans and put the Pelicans into Christmas Day if that happens.
Also, forgot to mention the Timberwolves. We'll know what that could look like next year.
Their new jerseys look fire. They're doing like the Minnesota like license plate
Oh yeah.
design on it. That looks sick as hell.
Yeah.
Which game are you most excited for?
From a basketball standpoint, I think Bucks Celtics is a very fun game to watch. Grizzlies Warriors storyline wise, probably gonna be super entertaining. I don't know how I feel about the other 3 games because I mean Sixers Knicks is a snooze fest.
Mhm.
Sixers are gonna dominate that game. Suns Nuggets is a really weird matchup. I feel like last year for Christmas it would have made more sense with the whole Suns and 4 thing.
Mhm.
But I feel like this year I just kind of lost some of the hype, some of the appeal.
So
And
this may surprise you. I don't think the Suns are going to be as good this year as they have been the past
a lot of
couple
people say
years.
that. A lot of people have been saying that. I can see a lot of turmoil, especially with everything that happened with Aiden last season.
Mhm.
I think Chris Paul another year getting older. I do think Devin Booker has to take another leap next
Yep,
year. He's gonna
agreed.
have to. He's gonna have to move to close to a 30 points per game guy. Mikal Bridges is probably gonna have to take a leap too. Either him or Cam Johnson. He's gonna have to take another leap.
The question is, how is Mikal Bridges' mindset going to be after going through an off season of being in trade talks as that being that young of a player?
I mean, it depends on how you take it. You could take it as, oh, they want to trade me because I'm good and they just want someone better.
Mhm.
Or they want to trade me and they don't want me anymore. You take it in both ways.
I agree. So the next thing we're going to bring up doesn't involve any of the Christmas Day teams, but this is some major news coming out of the Southeast. So I think we all remember when DeJounte Murray was like, oh, we should get more pro athletes into these pro-am games because like not a lot of casual people can go see NBA games and all of that. So Paulo Banchero and DeJounte Murray, I'm pretty sure they're from the same city. So like they got respect from each other from that.
Yeah, apparently
Yep.
they were friends way before this whole situation happened.
So apparently behind the scenes, Banchero's been hyping up his #1 draft pick, like status. And DeJounte was not taking that very kindly. And they got into an altercation in their pro-am game, which DeJounte Murray is I don't know, bro. DeJounte Murray was cooking that game too. Like
The thing is, DeJounte Murray's always been that guy. He's always been like this. The problem is he played in San Antonio, so no one really paid attention to it. Like, have you seen the footage of him and James Harden fighting?
yep.
It wasn't really a fighting, it was more a shoving exchange, but yeah, it was them going at each other. Like DeJounte Murray's always been like this. People don't understand that because no one cares for San Antonio.
Yep.
Seeing him now get all this attention to me is hilarious. I love DeJounte Murray, man. That's a dog. That's a dog.
Oh, okay.
That's a dog. I love DeJounte Murray.
But good for him though, because like Banchero, okay, you're the #1 overall pick, but you gotta go and prove it that you're the
Look,
#1 overall pick.
I'm gonna say this right now. If people thought Trae Young was the villain, they're not ready for Trae and DeJounte together. They're not ready. They're not ready for that.
But like, and then like they would, because like I woke up and I was like scrolling through like Instagram and I was like just tapping through stories, and then I'm seeing all of these like they're going back and forth on this, and I was just like, what the hell is going on out here? But like Banchero, he's still young. He's got to learn. This is like I think the worst beef I've heard of from a #1 overall pick in a long time.
I mean, I don't know. I can't speak on what Paulo Banchero's been saying.
No,
Obviously, I'm not there in person. I don't know if he's actually doing this or not. So these are all allegations at this point. Because I don't want to put his name on mud, even if he's not doing it for real.
I mean he never declined it.
He never declined it, but he never accepted it either. I can see a 19-year-old getting a bit cocky because he's #1 overall pick. It's a 19-year-old, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're making millions finally. Your bank account changes a lot. Certain lifestyle things change a lot. You're in the NBA, which is, I'm pretty sure, is a dream for anybody getting drafted. Should be, absolutely.
Agreed.
So your whole life changes now. I can see him being what, 2 months removed from being drafted, maybe less, 1 month.
Oh yeah, around that, probably closer to 2.
Yeah, I can imagine some of it gets ahead pretty early.
Mm-hmm.
He's been hooping. He's been showing that he cares and has been balling a lot in the pro-am games. You see him always working out and stuff. So stuff like that I do like. So maybe he does take this shit seriously.
Yep.
Good for him. More points to him. I can see why the player like DeJounte Murray, who had to get it out of the mud, wasn't really highly touted like that. Played in San Antonio as a reserve for a little bit behind Tony Parker. Was it Tony Parker? I think he was there.
It might have been like 1 year of Tony Parker.
Yeah, 1 year or so with Tony Parker, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
So yeah, you had to learn from players. We weren't really getting that star hype until last year, even though I think it's a bit overdue.
Agreed.
But it's also worth saying that like DeJounte, you are an all defensive player, an all-star. You don't have to like necessarily stoop down to his level at this point, even if he is the first overall pick, because you've done way more than he's done at this point.
Agreed.
I do think it's a bit petty, but when isn't a be petty?
So like I'm siding with DeJounte because like you gotta work for what you want. As like a normal person like you and me, we don't have that gifted talent of being a freakishly good athlete to be able to go pro, make millions. Like we gotta work, we gotta go to
I
school.
mean, to be fair, no matter who you are in the NBA, you're
True.
gonna have some athletic genes that the average people don't have.
I agree. But I don't think you should, because like we've seen like #1 overall picks not turn out.
That's true.
And seeing Banchero, if he's actually talking behind the scenes about this, don't talk about it. Prove it. Prove that you're that guy.
This draft class has an ego, man. I love it.
You see Chet working, and then you see Paulo Banchero. Those are the only two people I've seen like grinding every single day.
Well, that was also because they have probably more of the media on them, since they're both the two prospects that everyone wants to talk about.
Even though I'm more excited to see about what Jabari Smith does in
Bro,
Houston.
I'm so excited for Houston's team this year. Give them a Christmas game. Give them a Christmas game. Yo, I would love to see a Detroit Houston Christmas game, no cap.
Dude, that'd be crazy. I bet you in a couple years it's gonna be like Houston and like Orlando. Or wait, this is what I should think they should do. They should have at least the first and second overall pick play each other in the Christmas Day game. Maybe that's something that they should do. I mean, maybe.
I don't know how much Orlando OKC moves people in this and at the moment. Maybe in a couple years, maybe, but not right now.
Very true. But whose side are you taking? Are you taking DeJounte's side or are you taking Banchero's side?
I mean, I prefer DeJounte as a player over Paulo Banchero, but I'm not taking sides. It's not my beef. It's not my argument. I can't speak for Paulo Banchero saying all these things. I can't speak on what DeJounte Murray's doing. It's not my side. I'm just gonna let it play out, and then whatever happens, happens.
True. But let's flip it to our last topic. Is we all know what started. Was it like 2 weeks ago? We had the Hall of Fame game between the Jags and the Raiders. So you already know what that means. NFL preseason is around the corner. And how many days? Is it 26 days until the first Sunday Night Football?
We're almost there, baby.
It's something like that.
We're almost there, baby.
Almost there. But I just want to take some time and speak my opinion on something. So myself being a Packer fan, and I know we have Aaron Rodgers for the next 2 years for sure, possibly 3. And his contract's for another 3 years. So this is our last time of competing at a high level for the next 3 years. Not potentially, because we got to see who our quarterback will be after. But Jordan Love, man, I have said this since we drafted him, that he's not our guy in the future. And I'm not afraid to say it, especially being in the Green Bay area and all of that. I can't. He had 2 touchdown passes against the Niners on Friday, which his first one to Romeo Doubs, very nice pass. But the third dude threw 3 interceptions. And Matt LaFleur is obviously out there being like, oh, like Romeo Doubs ran the wrong route, this, and this. But no. Even if you watch the play where Romeo Doubs reportedly ran the wrong route, it's still a terrible pass. Like the DB was all over him the entire time. Like the defenders can read him. I don't think obviously he's not gonna be a Matthew Stafford or Mahomes where they can just like look players off like that and just toss like no look passes or all that. I don't expect that out of him. You got to be able to read the defense. And like Rodgers has been saying, like during practice and all that Jordan Love's improving. Same with Matt LaFleur. I just don't see it. Like the ball placement. I remember one pass he threw it to. Oh gosh, I don't remember his name, but he's from Wisconsin. I know that he's on the roster. I'd have to look up his name. But like, except for throwing the ball to his outside shoulder ahead of on the sideline, he threw it behind him, so he had to stop and go back and get it and then go. Like that's like 5-10 yards if you would have threw it in the right spot that they lost. I don't see the future with Jordan Love. And I just wanted to take some time to speak my mind. And this dude, I don't know how many touchdowns. I think it's like 3 touchdowns and like 6 interceptions or something like that through preseason games and against the Chiefs last year. He's playing against second and third string players, and he's still throwing 3 interceptions. I don't care if it's the receiver's fault. He's got to be able to read this. Like I can't do it anymore. Jordan Love, I'm sorry, you're not the future of Green Bay. I don't know if you have any say about this, because I don't know if you've watched Jordan Love much, but
Can't say I have.
goodness gracious, this man is dog water. I can't do it anymore. We should have kept Kurt Benkert. I'd rather have him beat our backup quarterback than Jordan Love. It's like, I understand that people are going to be like, well, he's still young. He needs time to develop in the league. You're developing behind Aaron Rodgers, who developed behind Brett Favre, 2 of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. And he's made 0 improvement from what I've known in the past 3 seasons as an NFL quarterback. I can't. Okay, you take. I don't know where you want to go with that. Just take it away. I can't do it anymore.
I just want to recap a couple things. I think a big loser from this first week would be Kenny Golladay. And I think the Giants offense in general just still continues to look very flaccid.
Did you see that highlight of Daniel Jones during the Giants, I think family night practice or whatever, where his receiver was throwing an out route and the dude threw it like 5 yards behind him and all the way to the sideline?
To be fair, that is not Daniel Jones' fault. That's the receiver's fault. He got no separation whatsoever. He had to throw it to a point where the receiver had to make more of an effort to get to it than just standing still. And that was Kenny Golladay, by the way. I don't think Kenny Golladay and Daniel Jones have chemistry, to be fair. I think Kenny Golladay took the money, took the bag, and he's not going to play. He's not going to be that guy. I think the rookie quarterbacks look really nice. A lot of the rookie quarterbacks. I wanted Matt Corral to look a bit better. He still has ways to go. I still think he's the better quarterback of the 3 in the Panthers team right now, but that's not saying much. Malik Willis looked pretty decent. He had 6 of 11, 107 yards, touchdown, 38 yards rushing.
So I'm Malik Willis. People are saying that they weren't ecstatic about how he played.
I don't think he played bad. He didn't play like he's going to take the number 1 spot from Ryan Tannehill right now, and that's to be expected. The Titans drafted him to be the backup of Ryan Tannehill for the next season.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume the plan is for him to eventually become a starter, but he didn't look bad.
I agree.
It wasn't groundbreaking like, oh my God, he has to play now. It wasn't that. But give him time, obviously. I think Desmond Ridder looked really good.
I could definitely tell that the Falcons are going to have some issues definitely this year. Because
Drake London's a quarterback. Marcus Mariota's a quarterback. Of course they're going to have issues.
But still, like Drake London went down with a knee injury. We don't know the severity of that yet unless they came out with something like that.
I mean, the Falcons aren't necessarily trying to win right now anyways.
I'm just saying they're going to struggle more than we thought they were going to now.
Also, it doesn't help when your wide receiver 1 gets suspended for a whole season for gambling.
And then we got, who.
We'll talk about him in a second.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the rapist in a second. Sam Howell looked all right. Kenny Pickett looked really good for the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Which
I agree.
I mean, I don't know how Mitchell Trubisky gets a starting job. I don't, but I think they're going to lean on him to be the starter.
I bet you they're going to start Trubisky the first 6
4 or 5
games.
weeks. Yeah, I can see that.
And then
give it to Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about being a rookie quarterback. Like in that situation, you have no pressure to develop early.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Kenny Pickett looked the better quarterback.
Agreed.
Will he start week 1? Probably not. The Steelers, that's the issue with the Steelers, though. I think their defense can be great this year. I just don't trust their offense outside of Najee.
Yeah.
Because the receivers aren't bad, but who's throwing to them?
Who knows?
Exactly. And I don't trust their offensive line. Now, if you want to talk about the rapists, let's talk about how terrible Mr. 230 million look like?
I got no words for that. I'll tell you that.
It looked rough. I mean, I do think it's probably a lot of football rust. He hasn't played football in about a year and a half.
Yeah. I mean,
I think he'll start looking better the part eventually.
but like there was.
I mean, I do think he was what, the third best quarterback, the third best young quarterback in the NFL 2 years ago.
But there were so many passes that he shouldn't have missed though. That were just like casual, just like NFL like star quarterback plays that he just missed.
Like I said, it's probably a lot of the rust.
Agreed. I mean, he
Yeah,
threw one for
you gotta give him
five,
time.
one for
If
five for
he's
7 yards.
if he still looks like that in the regular season, like 2-3 games into his regular season, whenever that will be, because of the appeal,
Yep.
then you can start panicking on if he still has that talent that he used to have.
Granted, he's throwing to second and third string.
And the Browns don't exactly have the best receiving core in the league.
No,
Just Amari Cooper and who's a wide receiver too?
it's like people. Is it?
Forgot who it was.
It's like Peoples Jackson. I don't know the dude's name. It's people something.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me look it up.
Well,
I don't wanna-
going back to Kenny Pickett, George Pickens is looking like that guy.
Yeah,
Keep your eye on George Pickens in fantasy this year. Keep an eye on that.
it's Peoples Jones.
Peoples Jones. There you go. Yeah, he doesn't have the best receivers to work with to begin with, but yeah, you gotta give him time. You guys look what he looks like.
So this may be a bold statement, and you may disagree with me about this, but from last year's rookies, I see Trevor Lawrence making a big leap this year.
Oh no, I definitely agree. I mean, look, last year he was working with Urban Meyer, who was working a college system in the NFL. Trevor Lawrence was built to fail in that system. He's getting his running back back, although he needs to get James Robinson back, so he can have his dual threat running backs.
So James Robinson and Travis Etienne.
Once they both get healthy, yes, that would look nasty.
And then they got Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk will be nice. I think Marvin Jones is going to be way more of a receiver threat than Christian Kirk. Wink, wink, if y'all want to keep an eye on that in fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Lawrence looked sharp. He made some really nice throws. Doug Peterson, as a quarterback coach turned head coach, is going to help him a lot. I mean, look what he did to Carson Wentz in Philly before Carson Wentz went down with the injury.
Agree.
I think Trevor Lawrence will look nice. I still don't have questions of their offensive line, but the Jaguars aren't a win now team. They still have some things to go. The question now is how their defense will look, because I just don't trust their defense all the way. If the defense can hold and be decent, this team could be an 8-8 team. Looking promising, fill up the holes they have left, and then they could be contenders, or at least a playoff team.
So a game that I was keeping close eye on was the Bears Chiefs game, because obviously
I want to talk about this.
I was at work yesterday and I was watching it, and actually I'm gonna let you go first about this one. I want to. You came off very strong about that.
Justin Fields is fucked. That offensive line is god awful. Oh my god, they're getting beat by the Chiefs rush. The Chiefs rush.
2 sacks for loss of 8 yards. Dude, the Bears. I don't think anyone honest, dude. I've said this multiple times before. The Lions are gonna be better than the Bears this year. Look, and that's not even a joke.
What is the Bears' offense?
Nothing.
What is the Bears' offense?
I got you. Justin Fields, just
in Salah and prayer, bro. In Salah and prayer. Simple as that.
Getting the snap, going back, sitting 2 seconds in the pocket, not even 2 seconds, and then just running to his left, or just going to his right and going for like 2-3 yards every time. Mahomes looked good though. 6 for 7. I mean,
the thing is, the whole Pat Mahomes made Tyreek Hill made Pat Mahomes thing is so stupid to me. Like, they both clearly have talent and will be great on their own.
It's kind of like about with like Aaron Rodgers. It's like the Packers were good without Devontae when they were playing without him due to injury. So I don't see an issue with Aaron Rodgers having issues being.
I just don't.
I guess the Patrick Mahomes comparison.
I just don't trust Lazard as the wide receiver 1, but
that's why we got Romeo Dobbs, bro.
That's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there.
Have you seen
Okay.
Romeo Dobbs, bro? And
That's
it's
neither here nor
fine.
there.
It's fine though, because like Sammy Watkins, he's got 3 good games. Romeo Dobbs is gonna get into his field,
Sammy
and
Watkins
then,
will ball
Sammy
out.
Watkins is gonna get hurt there because we all know what
Sammy
Sammy
Watkins is
Watkins.
gonna ball out week 1 and then get injured, bro. All right. Before the Bears offense looks terrible. They have. I thought of Moody. I don't like any of the receivers. Matt is gonna be a decent tight end if he can get open and Fields has time to throw up to him. Fields is about to get a CTE up the ass. I like David Montgomery. He's not a bad running back. That team looks terrible. My God.
I don't know, bro. You said you have issues with the Packers and like what they
I
have.
just don't trust their receiving core, and I don't nothing against the rest of the team.
It's Aaron Rodgers though.
No, it
we're
is Aaron
talking about.
Rodgers. It's Aaron Rodgers. He will work with what he has. There needs to be some type of decent receiving ability because Aaron Rodgers needs to catch. Simple as that.
What are the Packers without Devontae the last like 3 years when he was injured? They were at a winning record. I don't remember exactly.
Oh,
What
yeah.
6-0 or something like that. I don't think it's 6-0.
But you guys
like,
also lost MVS, who was your wide receiver too, for the majority of this last season.
I would rather have Alan Lazard over MVS anyways.
Respectable.
And then I mean, Randall Cobb, he's old, but like he's still gonna get you like a couple catches and a couple
If he can
yardage.
stay healthy, yeah.
And then you got, and we're still talking about my opinion, the best running back duo in football, in Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. I mean, those two are.
I need AJ Dillon to hurry up and take that leap already so I can draft him in fantasy and tell everybody I told you so.
Dude, I'm telling you, AJ Dillon's gonna be a steal this year. Same with Aaron Jones.
I need AJ Dillon to be a steal.
And like you still got, I mean, Tunyon's gonna come back from his injury. You still got Mercedes Lewis. Mercedes Lewis is an absolute monster.
Mercedes Lewis is just a blocking tight end though. I mean, he'll catch from time to time, but he's more of a blocking guy.
Then you still got, like I said,
and Aaron Rodgers.
And then we haven't seen Christian Watson yet either. We don't know how he's gonna play.
You don't.
And we have Romeo Dobbs. I am not worried about the Packers wide receiving core, and their defense is looking absolutely sharp during practice.
Their defense looks really nice. Packers have really good defense. They'll probably be like my third option in fantasy this year.
They look very, very good. But my only issue is, I know they did well without David Bakhtiari last year due to an ACL tear, but like, and
him coming back is gonna help
because he just had another surgery on his knee again.
Yeah, no.
It's either how do you play week 18 last year, but then not play in the playoffs? So that's what I'm worried about. Is David going to be able to come back healthy?
If he can come back, he'll definitely help a lot.
And if he's not going to play,
I don't think the Packers' biggest issue is the receiver core. That's your weakest point right now.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, if someone steps up and becomes that guy. Because I mean, that's been the Packers that Mo for a while. You had Greg Jennings for a minute, and then when you got rid of Greg Jennings, Jordan Nelson stepped up. I mean, Jordan Nelson looked like he was going to be that guy anyways.
And then he tore his ACL.
Greg Nelson, yeah. And then when Jordan Nelson dipped, it was
Devontae
Adams. So that's always been your MO. And maybe someone steps up now and becomes that guy that we're waiting for.
Christian Watson.
Maybe. I don't think he'll do his rookie year though. That's the thing. I feel like give Christian Watson a year and then he'll look way better.
Alan Lazard. Romeo Dobbs. I'm telling you right now, this Packers wide receiver core is about to be a top receiving core in 3 years.
Okay.
Because normally rookies, they don't come out.
Yeah.
And they're not really like top notch until
unless you're Justin Jefferson. Or
Jefferson or Jamar Chase. But you're gonna the Packers wide receiving core is gonna be absolute a monster. Because you're gonna have Lazard.
I can respect that if you give them time. I can respect that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I do like Watson. I do like some of the players you have there. Maybe Amari Rodgers can take the leap that he didn't take last year and be a decent wide receiver 2 or something.
I just don't think we had the spot on like out of the 3 receivers that we had, like Lazard, MVS, and Devontae, and then our wide receiver 4, if we had one out there. I don't think we had the space for Amari Rodgers last year, and he was more of
punt returner last year.
Which from what I've heard, dude, the Packers have been getting absolutely shit on during practice from what's his name? It's our new special teams coordinator. It's he was like the intern for the Raiders last year. Rich Bisaccia.
There you go. There you go.
Because like obviously we have like open practice and fans come back into the pro shop and all that, and obviously go to pro shop. You already know Packers pro shop on top, baby. But Rich Bisaccia has been like founded and like seen running at players when they're fair catching and getting into their faces and just screaming and cussing at them the entire time, which I like it. A fierce energy and boost on our special teams, because that was their issue last year. Special teams.
That's what cost you guys in the playoffs last year.
But Rich Bisaccia is going to put this team back on the map with our special teams, and we're going to be so because like no more of that cheesy fair catch stuff and just that. No, go out there, catch the ball, and get like 10, 15 yards after you receive it, and maybe even go further. Who knows?
Easier said than done. Easier said than done. But
Rich Bisaccia though, future of Green Bay Packers.
It might kill somebody.
But you need that though. You need a coach that's going to get on to you, because that was the issue. That was the issue with Mike McCarthy his last couple of years. He kind of believed in just running through the plays and all of that, and like
speaking of Mike McCarthy, I don't know if you saw the Cowboys, but they did not look like they had any intensity whatsoever. But to be fair, it's a preseason game, so I'm gonna let that one slide a little bit. It's a preseason.
Classic Mike McCarthy. He just thinks that practice in preseason is nothing, and then it comes to the regular season, and look what happens. And that's why he got fired. Get him out of here, bro. Matt LaFleur changed that, and now Rich Bisaccia's here.
Like I said, if a receiver can step up for the Packers, I think the team has pretty much every hole covered. They have a good basis, and if they don't have any playoff blunders this year, they have a chance.
Agreed. But let's talk about the Colts though real quick. Why is Matt Ryan playing a quarter and a half in preseason? I understand reps, but what are you doing?
Wish I had an answer for you.
But that game was good. Was it the Colts and Bills yesterday? I think it was. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah, give me a second.
That was a good game though. I came down to the wire. Yeah, 27-24.
Yeah.
Bills came out on top. So that was a good game though.
Yeah, for the most part, I think that's about all the bullet points that I wanted to talk about.
I mean, it's crazy. It's getting down, bro.
Wait, hold on. There's one more thing. Arizona Cardinals. Why are you flexing a preseason win on Twitter? Why are you flexing a preseason win on Twitter?
And then you got JJ Watt tweeting this morning. I got a rattlesnake in my bathroom, and it turned out to be like a long-nosed snake or whatever. Like, bro.
No. But did you see what the Cardinals Twitter posted?
No, I did not. I haven't been on Twitter all day.
It was a thing that said Ohio's football rankings, and it's number 1 Ohio State University, and then it's the Bengals being moved to 2. Why are you flexing a preseason win?
Oh gosh, dude. But
first things first, Joe Burrow didn't even play.
I'm sure Jamar Chase didn't play either.
He didn't.
See, this is why
T. Higgins or Tyler Boyd. Like, why are you flexing this? Or Joey Mixon didn't play either.
This is why I don't get hyped up about NFL preseason. Besides the fact of Jordan Love, bro. I can't do it anymore. I'm done. Right, Jordan Love, if you see this, I am so sorry, but
do better.
Do better, bro. I'm sorry. But this is all we have for today. I mean, we got 2 weeks. 3 weeks, man, until NFL's back. Regular season's back. Yeah. But from Check the Rock to my boy Imanol Perez from Mastermind Hoops, we're signing out, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.
See you, Space Cowboy.